Oh yes, what you say, everyone out there. This is your host DJ Moe D here on What You Say Radio, and yes, this is the last day of February, February 28th. Hope everybody's having a great day. And man, it's a great day because we got a very special guest making his return back here to What You Say Radio, the legendary, the one and only, the Mr. Because I Love You, Mr. Lenny Williams. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure. Good to be here. The last day of February, right? 2022. Yes.
Yes. What you say. That is what I'm talking about. So glad to have you back here. Last time you were on, it was July 20. I got it right here. July 20th, 2020, you were on here. So it's been 2 years.
Wow.
A lot has happened since then. A lot's changed.
Yeah.
Can you first start off by telling us, for any of our audience, our listeners out there that may not know anything about Lenny Williams, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, I'm a singer, songwriter, and dabbling in a little acting and stuff like that. And so primarily I'm known as a singer and songwriter, and been doing it for 50 something years, solo artist, part of a band called Tower Power, lead singer and songwriter for that band. Recorded with the Graham Central Station on the first album. Just done a ton of things. Work with Snoop Dogg and different people like that, Kanye West. Just E40s, Too Short.
Okay.
Kenny G. I keep on all day. About all the stuff I've done. Yeah.
That's right. And I don't know anybody that wouldn't know of Lenny Williams, but man, you have been around for a long time doing this music thing since the 70s, the 1970s.
The 60s. I started in the 60s, right toward the end of the 60s. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me on that. I don't want to teach you out of none of your years. That's right. Since the 60s here, Mr.
All those years count. Yeah, they count, man. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Laying the foundation. Yeah.
And you're still here strong in the 2022, doing your thing, still going strong. I had a chance to see you, Mr. Williams. You came to the Landis Center in Memphis. I think it was like last summer. And that was my first time seeing you live. And man, you had the crowd on their feet, man. I was on my feet as well. I mean, you still, doing your thing, still putting on a great show. What can you attest to your longevity in this thing and how you continue to evolve and continue to grow in the music industry?
Well, going back to my youth, first giving honor to God,
Yes, sir.
So I got to, give God, the honor and the credit for, just giving me life, and and then, just being inquisitive, just being a voyeur. I watch other people. Every time I go to a show, I don't care if it's professional show, whether I'm going to see Smokey Robinson or if I'm going down to the Boys and Girls Club to watch, some 10-year-olds perform. I'm learning something. I'm watching. I'm trying to pick up on something. And, then I take it back home and I, think about it. Or I try to, practice it or whatever, even if it's something that someone says or, a movement that they do or, a joke that they might tell or whatever, so just, and all of it, may come in handy sometimes. I remember when I first started, if the microphone, if something would happen with the sound or something like that, or maybe the guitar player broke a string and didn't, and they had to fix it and we had to hold up. I didn't know what to do, so so then I learned how to, to talk to the audience or tell a joke or whatever, or sing an a cappella song, so you pick up, so many things along the way over this 50, some odd year journey, and so then, sometimes you do it consciously or sometimes just unconsciously, things just, you just going with the flow. Did Michael Jordan practice that move, or did it just happen? Did it just happen because somebody was in front of him and he had to get around him and boom, it was spontaneous. So so it's a little combination of both, and it's worked for me. People, phones still ring, people keep me calling, so I guess I'm doing something they like,
That's it. Yeah. You have when I seen that show, you have what what they call now the younger folks. You had that swag. You got that swag with you, Mr. Williams.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they didn't invent it. Yeah, these youngsters didn't invent swag now.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. We had that. James Brown. We had all that back in the day.
Yeah.
And various people. Eddie Levert. People like that. They come with it, and so got a chance to grow up and watch all that Jackie Wilson things. People of that nature. And so. So the swag been here, and I'm mentioning James Brown there, but probably before them there was somebody that they, Little Richard, just all kinds of people. Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's it's just a thing that just gets passed down, and you just try to buy into as much of it as possible, and then these youngsters they be coming up with then they come up with some new stuff though. I got to give them credit though. You know what I mean?
Yes,
these
sir.
these computer babies, boy, be coming up with some stuff, and I'll be enjoying it, especially the lyrics. A lot of times, in their songs, it's like we talk about most songs are talking about love and everything, or a relationship between man, woman, or their significant other, and it's like they be coming up with some interesting ways to say, I love you, or, it's like, I feel you, or, or whatever, so it's, it's just interesting to watch music progress.
That's it. Yes, sir. I'm glad you mentioned that. You mentioned like the James Brown, like the Little Richard, Eddie Levert, are those some people that influenced you coming up in the music industry?
Yeah, most definitely. Sam Cooke was probably my biggest influence,
Okay.
just, love to hear him sing, watch him, singing with the Soul Stir, singing gospel music, and then leaving, that particular type of music, and, going out there and, as we used to call it, singing that worldly music,
Yes, sir.
just kind of watching, his trajectory, how he, managed to just keep on climbing and trying different types of music, also being an entrepreneur, owning his own record company, own publishing and things like that. So that was just inspiration and basically, the blueprint for, young artists, when I was coming along, to try to emulate him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as we talked last time you were here, it was July 2020. Of course, a lot has happened in the world over the last few years. How have you adjusted with everything we've been going through over the last
Well,
couple
it's just it's been been difficult. I mean, just everything just kind of came to a screeching halt. I mean, it wasn't like we slow down, caution. I mean, you got time to what I mean,
right,
adjust. So
prepared.
what they said, bam, stomp on the brakes, and that was it. And so as a consequence, a lot of people, it's sort of like the the ant and preparing for winter. The little lesson that we learned as a kid. The ants are always preparing, and the grasshopper having all kinds of fun. And so people who prepared and didn't overextend, hadn't bought that brand new Porsche or that whatever, that brand new necklace, that $100,000 necklace. Those people, and then you never know. I'm not saying the same thing was wrong with buying that, but I mean for people who were who kind of prepare, and say, well, just never know what life brings you, that the music business is cyclical, sometimes you up, sometimes you down. And, so, the people who prepare and say, hey, I'm going to try to have at least a year's worth of, being able to pay my bills in the bank. And, you fared a little bit better than than some other people, but I guess the main thing above finances or being able to pay for houses or cars or whatever is that that you were able to take care of your life. I mean, we've coming out on this side and we're still living. As old folks say, we yet in the land of the living.
That's
and
right.
so so that's the main thing. So I've watched a lot of friends pass away, because people didn't want to wear the mask, or they didn't want to get the vaccines, or even some people who got the mask and wore the mask and got the vaccines, pass away because they had, other, health issues and things like that. So that was the toughest part. And, but like I say, we're here now. It looks like we're emerging from that, and hope that we
Yes.
go forward and still, still be prepared for what might happen, because this the virus may mutate and come back in a different form. So we just have to kind of be on the ready, but
Mhm.
still try to enjoy life, enjoy our families, and get out here and do a little work,
Right.
make a little money. Yes, yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us and talking to us about, how this pandemic has affected you. Now let's move on into the present and what's going on in Mr. Lenny Williams' world. What projects are you working on and things like
Yep.
that?
Well, we've got a new project out with Shirley Jones from the Jones Girls. We did a song called "Can't Nobody,"
Okay.
and Shirley sounds fantastic on that. So it just came out on Valentine's Day. So it's been about a couple of weeks now, and we're just really excited about that. So I get a lot of notice from radio, and so people are talking about it, and so doing that. Start back doing. I did my first show the day before the Super Bowl down in Los Angeles,
Okay.
in Inglewood, California. The city where they had the Super Bowl. So we had a pre-Super Bowl party the day before,
Oh, nice.
and then and did that. And so I start back. I go to Detroit schedule to Detroit on March 18th, Dallas on the 19th, then the 25th and 26th, I'm down in Georgia. I think I'm in Savannah and Athens. So we're starting to move around, do shows, plan on going to Africa, take a nice vacation in October, go to Ghana with my wife and hang out down there. So we're just, doing some writing, working on some new projects right now, working with Preston Glass, who did a lot of writing, wrote some, worked with Whitney Houston, wrote Pink Cadillac for Aretha Franklin, working with him, and working with Levi Caesar, the guitar player for Prince and the New Power Generation band. We're working on songs,
Okay.
so keeping it moving. Hope to hook up with my good friend DOA, who produced the last album for Kim, and we've been doing some writing too. So just doing some writing and trying to get some songs together for maybe a new project.
Okay.
And so it's all good. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like you are staying very, very busy. Man, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Lenny Williams is still in the music business, still doing his thing, still going strong here in 2022, that is, y'all. You're getting the exclusive right here from Mr. Lenny Williams. And Memphis? Are you coming to Memphis anytime soon?
I think we are coming to Memphis. I've got something doing with Boo Mitchell down there. Boo. His family is very famous for doing all the Al Green hits and everything like that.
Okay.
And so I got something coming up. I think in May, if I'm not mistaken, with coming down there. They have a program, something going on for one of the charities down there. So definitely looking forward to that. Just trying to keep it moving. I love being down that area. I was born in Little Rock, so I can almost walk from Memphis to to home, to one of my cousins' house. Yeah, tell them, hey, I'm on the way. Yeah.
Go right over the bridge. Yeah, there you go.
Right. Yeah, y'all put on the pot of greens or something, and hot water cornbread. Yeah.
That's right.
You don't know nothing about that, do you? Know something about that?
I'm from Louisiana. Yes, sir. I yes, the greens,
my
the
dad,
cornbread, the red beans and rice. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. My dad's from northern Louisiana, Mendon. Yeah.
Okay.
Mendon, Louisiana. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
sir.
I got that Arkansas. I'm Arkansas, Louisiana blood in me. Yes.
That's what you say. What you say.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Last time you were on here, Lenny, you gave us an exclusive. You gave us a little acapella "Cause I Love You." Last time, can you give the audience just a little taste of it again this time, just to refresh their memory?
Girl, I love you. No matter what you do, and I hope you understand me. Every word I say is true, 'cause I love you. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah.
What you say. Hey, ain't no denying it. He is the Lenny Williams, Mr. Lenny Williams, 'Cause I Love You, right here on What You Say Radio. Appreciate you doing that. Appreciate you. Now,
yes, sir.
Where can listeners, fans, where can they follow and support Lenny Williams?
Well, you always go to Facebook, Lenny Williams, and I'm also on Twitter, on Instagram. Yeah, so they can always reach me there too. At the Real Lenny Williams.
Okay.
And so we're available. And we check it out every morning. Check it out at lunchtime and dinner time, after dinner. Check it out and we respond.
Yes.
And so I don't have nobody responding for me. So it's if I reach out to you, it's me. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
so
sir.
no, definitely. We look forward to interacting with our fans and with people who are interested in what we're doing, and so we always respond. Yeah, so looking forward. So get at me. Yeah.
There it is. There it is. And before we go here, Mr. Williams, I'm going to hit you with 3 words, and I want you to give me your thoughts. What comes to your mind? What comes to your heart off of these 3 words?
Mm-hmm.
My first one is struggle.
Well, the Bible says, "Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble." So we know we struggle. We struggle. From conception. That sperm is working its way up. Trying to get into that egg. So it's a struggle. To just for to be conceived, and then then your mom goes through travail. Giving birth, and then life. You go to school and there's 20 kids in your classroom, 25, 30 teacher writing on the blackboard, and you gotta try to get it. So life is all, it's a struggle, but after a struggle always ends. You don't fight forever. So you're gonna come out victorious. And even if you lose, I went to camp one time, right? And so the first night I got there was a boxing match, right? And there's a dude standing on the mat. Nobody wouldn't box him, right? I said, "Oh, so he must be the baddest cat here." So if I box him and nobody else won't box him, I mean I'm the second baddest if I lose, and if I win, I'm the baddest. So it wasn't really no way for me to lose. You know what I mean? So life is a struggle, but we come out victorious. If we go through the struggle. So struggle is good. Yeah.
Okay. Second word is legend.
Well, that word gets thrown around a lot, I mean, people, I see people, and I guess, I mean, when you do something outstanding and people recognize it, then you become legendary. So, but, a lot of times, people, I think that people need to earn that status, and not necessarily have it, you be, you put that title on yourself or anything like that. So when you look at people and you say, "Hey, Muhammad Ali was legendary," or you say somebody like Jay-Z is legendary, because these people started out, they raised the game, they did, something very significant. I mean, Jay-Z probably being the first, rap billionaire, so you say that's legendary right there, and so, or when I was coming up, almost every artist that I knew, we were all on labels that were owned by somebody other than ourselves, and being, I mean, they weren't Black, or didn't come from the communities that we came from. Now you see all these youngsters have their own, record companies, and so that's in some way legendary. So legend is it's something that's definitely earned. You just can't just start out and start boxing today. You knock out your first fighter, you ain't legendary. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to build up the resume for sure. Yeah, right. You got to knock out about 15, before you,
Right.
you can start calling yourself a legend. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I like that. And my last word for you is future. Did you get that one? Did you get the last word is future?
Future. Yeah. I mean, to me, you think of future, so that means that you're living. You know what I mean? It's like, you got a path, and so future to me denotes that you're on a journey.
Mhm.
If you were dying tomorrow or dying tonight, then there's really no future. So future means a life, and activity, and I think that future is something that especially when you're young, you you got this long life ahead of you, if you take care of yourself, wear your seatbelt, don't smoke, eat right, that kind of stuff, you try to avoid all the stress and everything. So then you have,
Yes, sir.
you have future, and so my wife be getting on me about this phone all the time, and turn it off. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I think future denotes life. It means activity. It means dreams. It means aspirations and things like that. And I think everybody should prepare for the future. Future is something that you prepare for as well. You save your money. I saw a friend of mine the other day said, "Man, every time I, come home at night, if I got some $1 bills in my pocket, I put them in the drawer. And I took all my change and I put it in a jug.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, I got money for gifts and and whatever, and maybe one day, you might have a flat tire and go to the drawer, the dollar drawer or whatever,
Right.
So so it's that kind of thing, preparing for your children's education, things like that. But with future, there's I think there's some type of obligation to make sure that the future is a good future, So if you could have, some people, their future is jail, or their future is the streets, or their future is homelessness, or a rest home, at a young age, or whatever, And then some people's future, is something bright, vacations and grandkids sitting around the house, and you know what I mean, and things of that nature. So you got to think about the future, and
Absolutely.
And kind of prepare for it, So that's what that kind of means to me when I think of that.
Man, that was our 3 words right there, and I thank you for speaking on those words and sharing your words of wisdom on those words. Man, let that be a blessing to us and somebody out there that's listening to this. So thank you for sharing that. And I also want to thank you again for coming back here on What You Say Radio. We welcome you back anytime. You're always welcome here. Any closing shots that you got before you get out of here?
Yeah, I just like to say, I've been doing this a long time, and people come to to the shows. They pay their hard-earned money to come to the shows. They buy the records, they buy the CDs. They call the radio station and request it. And I just want people to know that I appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. There it is, y'all. The one and only Mr. Lenny Williams right here on What You Say Radio. Again, thank you. I salute you, Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
For all you've done
in
the music business, in the music industry, and you continue to do what you're doing, and you're still going strong, and may God continue to bless you, my brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And likewise, and what you say. Yeah.
Come on, what you say.
Yes. Yeah.
There it is, y'all. Yes, what you say. Hey, appreciate y'all locking it in right there. That was an exclusive interview with the one and only Mr. Lenny Williams, making his second return back here to What You Say Radio. Yes, I hope y'all enjoyed that, but don't go nowhere. We got part two here on this Love Wednesday. We got the exclusive interview with Jay and Sonia Atchison. They're here to talk about their new book, their new authors, 7 Keys of Marriage. Keep it locked in right here on What You Say Radio. We jamming What You Say. All right, what you say? Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you at. Hey, thank you for tuning in for another exclusive interview right here on What You Say Radio. I am so glad to have Mr. and Miss Atchison, Jay and Sonia. You're seeing Sonia right now. Her husband Jay will be in pretty soon, and they are authors / co-authors of the new book, Love and Marriage. And before we get started, Sonia, thank you for dropping by here on What You Say Radio. Thank you matter of fact, for starting your virtual book tour and your book tour right here at What You Say Radio. So we're honored to have you, and thank you for reaching out to us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for you actually to even have us. Actually, our first stop on our virtual tour is with What You Say Radio. So we love it.
What you say, what you say. Now, before we get into the book, you know, for our listeners, for our audience, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So a little bit about myself. I'm actually a mother. I am a wife. I have one beautiful, beautiful granddaughter. She is 8 years old. I actually am a business owner. I'm a CEO of my own call center, entrepreneur, and I'm entrepreneur in health and wellness and an entrepreneur in the cryptocurrency space. And now we are brand new authors of our brand new book, 7 Keys to Love and Marriage. Just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary on actually Monday, which was February the 21st. Just a little bit, that's just a little about myself. We love traveling, and we visited South Africa this past December for 3 weeks. Love that as well. And just love life, love living.
Yes, that's what it's all about, man. Thank you for sharing that, and congratulations on the book. Congratulations on the anniversary. Congratulations, you know, on the trip and all that you're doing, man. I love to hear that entrepreneurship. You know, that's, man, I love to hear that, especially in our you know, Black history and things like that we got going on with Black History Month. So it's good to see and good to hear Black people doing great things out there. So definitely thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Also, you kind of piqued my interest on that cryptocurrency, man. We might have to talk a little bit more about that another time. But yes, we're here to
Absolutely.
we're here to talk about 7 keys to love and marriage. Tell me a little bit about how the vision for the book came about with you two.
Okay, actually, the vision came about probably about 5-6 years ago. And Jay and I are very, very passionate about marriage and relationships. We love, and we love to see people that are, you know, happily married, not just married and are roommates, but are truly in the covenant of marriage. And so the vision came, we started doing a live show on our social media platforms called Love and Marriage. And we started understanding as we started talking to even friends of ours that we had no idea that they were married, but honestly roommates in separate rooms. We was honestly shocked, you know, because what you see on the outside was not what they was living in their household. And honestly, we was just really speechless. And we started talking to more and more people who was living like that. And I know that's a no-no for Jay and I. Yes. And so we started doing the show about actually live 3 years ago. And then more and more people started reaching out to us saying there's so many people in our community need what we have. And so we let them know we're not counselors or anything like that. We just very, very authentic. Nothing is scripted. And that's really where the vision came. And so we said, you know what, in 2022, we'll be married 20 years. Let's actually launch and do our book and have it finished, published and everything. And we'll release it on our anniversary. And that's actually where it came from.
Nice. So overall, what would you say the main, without giving out all the details, of course, you want to leave the readers in suspense. What's the main message about the book?
The main message about the book is this book is actually the keys. The book actually speaks to those who are married. It speaks to those who are single, who are inspiring to be married. Okay. It speaks to those who are divorced. It speaks to those who are married but really are roommates. And so the main message from this book is true love does exist. From a woman's standpoint, you hear a lot of women say all the good men are taken, or either all the good men are either married or they are gay, or they like men. Okay. You hear that all the time, or they say they're in jail. That's not true. And so one main key that I would like to say, what you say is that Um, one main key is you have to speak what it is that you want. You have to write it down, write the vision, and make it plain. Because people, and it's in the book, really, like Jay, I manifested the husband that I want. I wrote it down. Seriously, just like you write down what you want out of life as far as your dreams and goals and your aspirations for your family or for yourself as bucket list things. Same thing in a relationship. You have to write it down, but you have to speak it into existence.
Absolutely. Wow. That's what's up. What you say, man. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I might have been wrong. This is your first book, correct? This is your first time?
This is our first book. Yeah.
Man, congratulations again. And so with this being your first book, and congratulations, author. You are an author. So congratulations on that. What kind of lessons did you learn as you were going through making the book process? What did you learn about the book industry?
One thing I learned about the book industry was because Jay and I, what we wanted to do, we wanted to self-publish, because we actually interviewed a lot of people to help us out first. And then we learned that we had everything already done. And the publishing company that we needed to connect with somebody who was on the same wavelength for us spiritually. With us. And so we went through about 5 or 6 people that we interviewed when we was going through this process, because the manuscript was really, honestly, just had to do some tweaking, but was really already written maybe 6 years ago. Okay. But just had not manifested into a book format. And then one thing that I learned that, there's a lot of people who got ebooks out there, but that doesn't make you an author. You're not recognized as like a VIP author, your 8-year-old child can do an ebook. And so, and I didn't know that before. And I said, no, we want a physical hard copy book. Yeah, we can do an ebook, but we want a book. We want on our resume that we actually are recognized as an author. As a true author. Something people could feel, touch, just like, the old ways of reading and all that good stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So with that being said, what would be the most challenging part of making the book? Is that part of it? Was that the most challenging, or what was the most challenging part of it? The most challenging part, I would say, is once you make the commitment, that is what you want to do, you have to make sure that you have the time to commit to it. And then I would say put a timeline to it, because if you don't put a timeline to it, you can say, okay, I'm going to write my book, and it may not publish until 2024. So the timeline was our anniversary. The timeline was, we wanted it actually completely done and finished, honestly, at least a month before our anniversary, because you have to get, we learned that, when you do bulk copies of your book and you get the physical, we had to do that twice. And so, but we made sure, because we done it so far in advance, that we was able to hit our timeline. We didn't want to be that couple who we want, because people trust us. People buy you before they buy what you have. And so we didn't want people who bought our books in the pre-launching phase. And then we say, well, we got your money, because they had already pre-ordered, but we're not going to be able to get your book to you probably until maybe September. Then, we would have lost credibility with people, so it was very, very important to us that our deadlines were met. Okay. Awesome. Man, that's awesome. That's great what you're doing. Again, I'm so glad you're coming on here, What Say Radio, to share the process, the vision that you guys had with the book. Also, I want to ask you, I know the virtual store, the virtual tour is just starting tonight and everything. And I don't want to get ahead, but I do like to get ahead, because you as an entrepreneur, you're always thinking forward head. You're always forward thinking. Do you guys have any other future projects in the works? We definitely have some future projects in the work, because this is actually going to be a series to another part of the book. And we really, our goal for this book is really to bless people. Our goal is, we really want people who are struggling, because a lot of people think, because the name of it is 7 Keys to Love and Marriage, that if they're not married, this book is not for them. But that's not true. You may be a person that because sometimes, from a woman's standpoint, sometimes you hear a woman say, Oh, no, no, no. I don't need a man. If you say that, then trust me, God's not going to send you one because you done already put that out in the atmosphere. They sometimes a person hides behind what they really want. They say it because they don't have one. So this book right here, it speaks to the audience and of people who, like I just said before, who are single. People who are married, but basically they're roommates. And so my co-author, which is actually my second author, he just came on. So I know I've been doing the talking, but he just walked in. But yeah, so we are so excited. But actually we live, eh?
Yes, we are live. Hey, what's going on, Jay? What you say?
How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Moe?
Doing great, man. Congratulations to everything y'all got going on. Your wife, man, she's been doing a great job. Your co-author there here on this interview. So, hey, congratulations on the anniversary, on the book, the trip, the vacation, all the great things y'all are doing. Entrepreneurship, man, I love it. I love it. That's what it's all about for me, for you, I see. And so, yes, that's what we need more of in our Black community, Black entrepreneurs. And so I'm glad to be celebrating y'all book and the book tour starting right here on What You Say Radio, my brother.
Oh, praise God. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And since you snuck on in, Jay, I had Sonia talk a little bit about herself. Can you tell from your perspective, can you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Well, yes. Well, myself, well, first of all, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. And after graduating, what I did, sometimes, you go through the ups and the downs, being a young man, being a knucklehead, but actually, I joined the Army. I went into the armed service so that I can serve the country. And that's when I matured and I learned a whole lot about just living and taking responsibility in life and just, becoming a better man. Yes. And so I really thank God that my parents, they encouraged me to go into the military because college wasn't for me. And so I'm so glad I chose that route because I learned a lot. I really did learn a lot, and I became into my own once I went into the military. And then after going into the military, what I did, I was in transportation. And I was in transportation once I was in the military. And once I left the military, I decided, well, I wanted to do an occupation that I can move forward once I got out. We call it into the real world, which is the civilian realm.
Yes.
And once I got into the civilian realm, then I said, okay, I'm going to continue this. I went ahead. I went to truck driving school, being that I was already driving generals. I was driving colonels. I actually learned how to drive a 18-wheeler in the military. And once I did that, I went ahead and I went to the military. I got out, started purchasing some trucks. Once I started purchasing some trucks, I did that for a few years. And then after a while, I came to meet this young lady. I met my queen. I met my queen. And so, so just a little bit about myself. I love having fun. I love love. I love just seeing people like, living life and doing the things that Sonia and I do, because I always say you have to live while you're living.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, they're just existing. They're not really living. They think they are, but no, you have to live while you're living because you never know who you're going to inspire. And, people watch you. People are always watching.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Jay. Salute to you, my brother, for the service. Man, my fellow service brother. I didn't know that about you. So I'm glad you shared your service in the military with us.
Thank you so much.
Outstanding. Now, how can our audience purchase your book? That's very important.
Oh, very, very important.
Yes.
Well, our book right here is actually on Amazon. They can purchase 7 Keys to Love and Marriage on Amazon. But if they want an autographed copy of Jay and I autographing it, they can actually purchase it for $23. On Amazon is $19.99. The $23 will cover shipping if they do it directly from us. So they can go to our website, jayandsonia.com. Or they can do Cash App, $ Sonia Atchison, that's SONIA, A as in Apple, T as in Tom, CHISON, or they can do Zelle. And the Zelle is 678-571-6464. So so whatever method they would like to, but if they do the Zelle or the Cash App, they will receive an autographed copy from Jay and I, and it'll be shipped directly to their home. And or they can purchase it actually on Amazon. So it is on Amazon as well.
Okay, awesome. There it is, y'all. 7 Keys to Love and Marriage. 7 Keys to Love and Marriage with Jay and Sonia Atchison right here on What to Say Radio. The virtual book tour has started tonight. It's officially underway. Make sure you get out and support them. And before I let y'all go, I do something here on What to Say Radio where I give y'all 3 words, and I want y'all to give me the first thing that comes to your heart, that comes to your mind on these words. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. The first one is chemistry.
What comes to my mind on the word chemistry is my husband right here, Jay. We have amazing chemistry. Jay and I, what you see with us is what you get. Okay. Our chemistry is always high. We have amazing chemistry with each other. That's the reason why we are still 20 years in the game of being married and still happily married.
Yes. Yes.
That is so true. And chemistry is important because God even said you can't be unequally yoked. So when it comes to being the chemistry, you'll know when that hits, Mr. Moe, when that hits, what you say, when that hits, I'm telling you now, you will know that you found your soulmate. Because that's what happened when that chemistry connects. And that's the way I feel about chemistry. We connected, and this is my soulmate. And what it would make you do as a man, what you say, it will cause you to change. With the right chemistry, you'll change your ways because of fear of loss.
What you say. Come on now. Now, my second word is life.
For me, when you life, that's something big for Jay and I, because Jay, I've adopted this word from him. You have to, for his life, you have to, if you just in this world and you just not being happy, not doing anything that makes you happy, you just existing. But life for us is living. Jay and I, as I said before he came in, that we are both entrepreneurs. And we love what we do, but we're not those people that don't have any balance. We don't just work, and no balance. So life for us is living life to the fullest. Live full, die empty.
Come on now. All right.
That is correct. My queen, she's spot on with that. And like she said, I always say that. I do what you say. You have to live while you're living, because tomorrow is not promised. That's just the bottom line. Tomorrow's not promised. And I always tell my queen right here what you say. I said, one thing about it, no matter what God do, we all have that time when it's going to come to an end. But one thing about us, you can always say we lived, and there's going to be some amazing memories. And that's what it's all about, those memories that you'll be left with. And that's what I call life, because if you live, people, they're going to remember you when you're gone. That means you lived.
That's absolutely right. That's right. Love it. I love it. I love it. And my last word is power couple.
Power couple.
Power couple to us, we never call ourselves that. People call us that. But to us, a power couple is a couple that we admire, a couple that actually do everything together, a couple that is they're about their business, and they grind, and when people see them, they look at them and they say, wow, that's a power couple right there. And so, we used to hashtag it, and somebody told us, they said, well, no, don't toot your own horn. Don't call your own self that. That's but right. A lot of people always reference us as that. But, we just, so for us, a power couple is a couple who is very, very powerful.
All right. Anything to add, Jay?
Yeah, that is true. I'd like to just add, and then because when it comes together, you never know who you might impact, whose life you might change. And when people see, because it goes back to like chemistry, when people see you together, we both have powerful, I guess, traits that God gave us all. We all have different talents. And when you put those talents together, even the superheroes all have different talents, but when you put them all together, they're powerful as one. And so when it comes to being powerful, I think we're strong together as one. We both have different qualities, different balances, but when we connect and we come together, you have to be all things to all men. And so that's what Sonia and I, we try to portray, because she's strong in certain areas and I'm strong in other areas, but we come together and it works.
That's right. Man, thank y'all for sharing that. with talking with those words and sharing your words of wisdom. Man, hopefully somebody out there listening receives that. So that's what it's all about, y'all. Again, I want to thank y'all for coming on here on What You Say Radio. I want you to thank y'all. I thank y'all for launching your virtual book tour right here, What You Say Radio. I wish y'all success and everything that y'all got going forward. And before we close out, anything you guys, any parting shots you guys want to give out to our listeners?
Yes, absolutely. We will actually like to just really thank you for allowing us to be your first stop. And then to your listeners that's out there that's looking at us, normally we wouldn't be dressed like this, guys, like gym wear.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that we was gonna oh my goodness. But anyway, yeah, like who are they? Right. But anyway, guys, so listen, follow us on on my Facebook is Sonia Lewis, Lewis, my maiden name, Atchison, Atchison. On Instagram is at Sonia Atchison. Instagram is at J Atchison, Facebook J Atchison. Okay. And guys, listen, if you know somebody who that needs this book, Amazon only $19.99. If you want a signed autograph copy, listen, get with us, let us know. We'll be more than happy to have it shipped directly to you. Just only $23, guys. Just be a blessing to somebody else or even for yourself. Exactly. And but thank you so much. And then guys, listen, our publishing company, Rochelle Publishing Company out of Illinois, was absolutely phenomenal. Because, like I said, we did our homework. We had to connect with someone who connected with our spirit.
Okay, awesome. And I love what you shared, Sonia, in the beginning, that this book isn't just for the married person. This is for anybody that's aspiring to be married, anybody that's married and having struggles, anybody that you could be single. So I love that you stressed that to the folks. So you don't have to be married to get this book. So
that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes. So again, thank you guys for coming on What You Say Radio. You're welcome back anytime. And y'all have a great night.
Okay. Thank you so much. What you say. We appreciate you.
Thank you. What you say.
All right. What you say. What you say.
That's right.